Hey ladies, it's very dark outside, and that is where I am right now doing some of my food prep. And I've got my little lantern sitting over there because it's been a long day. So anyway, food prep stuff. So I had kind of a long list tonight because I know that this week I have a very, very busy week. I've got homeschool practicum, which is basically getting us ready for our homeschool co-op for the year. And starts really, really early in the morning, and I have to drive all the way to Oak Ridge from the tippy top of Sevierville every day. So it's a long drive for the next 3 days. So I have to get my stuff ready. I have to have lunches for me. I have to have lunches for the kids. I have to have other materials for the kids and for myself. So I knew that I had to do a little bit more to keep a step ahead of everything. So not skipping meal prep tonight was not an option, because then I'm going to eat junk, and I don't want to do that because I'll not feel as good as I could. So the first thing I'm doing is I've got these little chicken tenderloins. You can see them up there grilling up really nice, and I think they're about done. But I've got these chicken tenderloins. My arm is in my own way. But so I'll grill these up, and then I'll put these away, and these will be my lunches every day. And every now and then I might even have one for breakfast if I get desperate, because for me, I have to have protein in the morning. It's important for me. It's actually important for everybody. But to have some protein in the morning. So I'll just put these in the fridge and heat them up when I need them. Okay, so for the next part of meal prep, we're in my very messy kitchen right now, so we're definitely being real tonight. So what I have going on in here right now that just finished up is a bunch of boiled eggs. Some of those will be snacks, some of those will be breakfast. Okay, so then the next part we have going is, and by the way, I apologize for being so dark in here. I have no light fixtures in my kitchen right now. I've got to go pick those up this week, and I'm going to install those myself. But the other thing I have going on is the washing of the produce, and again, ignore the messy kitchen. But I've got all of it in there together. The blueberries, the grapes, the tomatoes, the cucumbers. I put it all in a bath, a little cold water bath, in my sink, and pour about a cup of vinegar in there and just let them soak for a while. Then I drain all the water off, and I'll rinse them off with the little sprayer on my sink. I'll rinse them off to get any of the vinegar that might be lingering, which I never taste it anyway, so it's not really a huge deal, but I rinse it off anyway. And then I'll lay them out on a big dish towel to dry and drain. Okay, so at this point, I'm pretty much done. Just wanted to show you what I finished up. Okay, so I got all of the, let me get my lantern for my kitchen, but I've got all of the fruits and vegetables done there. Again, ignore the mess. I got them out of the sink, got them all dried off. There was a blueberry massacre because my son stomped a bunch in the cart at Kroger, so we bought them anyway, and that's what happened when I washed them all off. So then we have, and I didn't cut any of these up. I didn't cut them up, and the reason being is because I don't have a whole lot of chopping to do this week. If I had a week where I had a whole lot of cutting to do for meals and whatnot, then I would go ahead and cut it, but I don't. So I'm not cutting them this week. I like them better when they're freshly cut, if that's a possibility. So then I've got my eggs for breakfast. I've got my chicken for lunches. Then I went ahead and I started marinating some chicken breasts for dinner for tomorrow night, some Greek chicken, so I'll stick those in the fridge. They'll be ready to throw on the grill when I get home tomorrow night. And then there are enough chicken breasts here to feed us for like 2 or 3 days, so I can probably use these for some lunches and possibly some quick dinners if I'm too tired one night. Then I have my kale salad, which is my favorite green to eat at lunch, because I try to make sure that I eat a sufficient amount of vegetables at lunchtime. And this kale salad, I kind of try to do like the Chick-fil-A superfood thing, but it's got the kale and it's got broccoli and red onions, because I love red onions, and sliced almonds and cranberries. I put cranberries in there, the dried cranberries, and then just slosh raspberry vinaigrette that I found at Aldi all over it, which is a little higher in sugar than what I would normally do. But I feel like it's distributed, with the amount that I use, it's distributed throughout enough that I can get by with a little bit and it'll be okay. So there's that, and then there's this. I will show you this. This is where I plan it all out, and I think it's showing up backwards to me right now. I don't know if it'll show up in the final video backwards, but it's backwards to me right now. But anyway, basically, I've got my meals up there that I'm going to do for a week. I don't do meal plans according to the day, like Monday we're having this, Tuesday we're having that. I come up with 4 suppers a week, and I just get the stuff for those suppers, and then I do whatever I need. You know, if I have a night, I try to come up with a couple of quick ones and a couple that maybe take a little longer, that or maybe a little nicer, have more leftovers or something like that. And then we'll do a leftover night, and sometimes we do 2 leftover nights. And then one night, if I need 6 meals that week, at 6 dinners that week, because a lot of times we'll eat out about twice a week. If we need 6 dinners that week, then I'll wing it. I can figure something out. So, but I always try to make sure that I have enough salad in my fridge all the time, so that I can at least get my greens in and some veggies and whatnot. So, and then the grocery list part. I divided my grocery list up by areas in the store. Makes it a little easier to shop. And I get these recipes off of Pinterest, and then I go through and I look at the recipe and figure out what I have and what I don't have. And I pretty well got a good mental checklist of what I have in my pantry and my refrigerator and freezer at all times. So I just go through and I find what I don't have, and I put it down on my list, and I get on my phone. Usually at Kroger and Aldi is where I will go. I'll get on my phone, I'll do my little coupons, and I go shopping. And then up at the top of the list, I've got what my food prep needs to be. You'll kind of see I've got a little list what I need to do. And you know what, I did not do everything on the list tonight, but that's okay. One of the things I didn't do was cook bacon. I'll cook a whole pack of bacon all at one time, just so I don't have to do it twice. And I make mine in the oven because I don't like to be popped by the grease. It just really annoys me. So, and it hurts. So I'll make the whole pack of bacon at one time and put it in a little baggie and just eat it for breakfast. Sometimes I'll throw it in with my lunch, just whatever. But I didn't do that tonight because I had bought some bacon when it was really cheap a while back, the kind that I like, and it was in the freezer, so it was frozen, and I didn't want to try to, if you've ever tried to pry apart frozen bacon, it's not a lot of fun. So I just left it. I just put it in the fridge. I figure it'll probably be thawed by in the morning. I can throw it in the morning. That's easy. It takes me all of 5 minutes prep time and draining and all that good stuff. So and I think that is about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. So I hope this was helpful. I know it seems like a lot, and honestly this is way more prep than I do in a typical week. Usually I cut up a few vegetables, make a salad, maybe get some meat prepared, and that's it. That's all I do. But this was a little bit more just because I have a lot more going on this week. So, but I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, need any help, any guidance, if I don't know the answer, I sure can find it. So just let me know. You'll have a good night, or if you're watching this in the morning, have a great day today.